Hello all. Before we begin the video, let's discuss CloudFoundation. CloudFoundation is the premier online training platform to help individuals and organizations gain knowledge and skills in the ever-growing cloud computing industry.
You have received this work item, right? Since you are a certifier, you can take a decision for 10 people. But what about these 5 people technically? Try to think from the work item perspective. Yeah, definitely you can check with their manager. Maybe if your company, if your project allows, you can take a decision on behalf of them, but that's not possible. We shouldn't do that because it's kind of a security breach. We shouldn't take that. We shouldn't do that. And so in that scenario, what can we do?
This is where you revoke it, but the decision is not made until the end, right?
So Sailpoint has some advanced features where, so instead of assigning this entire work item, like we talked about delegation already, right? We can forward the entire work item to any other person. Already have shown that. Let me show it again. So these are the approval work item. These are the form work item. Now we have to choose the access review work item. Okay, we have 3 work item. Okay. So this global rule membership access review for Aaron, owner is the Aaron Nichols. So first scenario where 15 employee details are there, 15 user details. So 10 people are reporting to me. I'm the Aaron Nichols, I'm the approver now. So I can take a decision for them. But what about those 5 users who is not reporting to me? I cannot forward this entire work item to the 5 users manager, right? Because this work item contain my subordinate details. I'm not supposed to forward. I'm not supposed to delegate. You got my point? So in that scenario, we are not going to use this delegation option. So instead of doing the delegation, what we will do the reassignment. If all 15 people are not reporting to me, then I could have forward this entire work item to the respective managers. So if you have a entity, if you have a different entity, so in that scenario, we have to use this reassignment option. I hope you guys are clear now. What is delegation? What is reassignment? So delegation is all about assign the entire work item. So reassignment is all about assign the entity or item, whatever you may call, respective certifier. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What about Suresh, Arvinder?
So Rakesh, if we do have 10 different managers to approve in that scenario, how
so 10 work item will be generated, 10 access review will be generated.
Okay. This reassignment will be done 10 times or?
No, that part Sailpoint will take care automatically. The assignment of work item will take care by Sailpoint. Whenever the work item will be generated, it will be assigned to the respective certifier automatically. But now you open that work item, you have opened that access review as a certifier. Okay. But when you open the work item, you are not able to take a decision because those people are not reporting to you. So in that scenario, either you have to delegate or reassignment. You got it? Okay. So life cycle of a certification. So you guys know certification, execution, live, everything is fine. But once certification came to live, we talked about that, no worries. So life cycle of a certification. The first stage will be staging phase. So second stage will be active phase. So third one will be certification challenge phase. And the fourth one will be revocation. What does it mean, revocation?
Pullback, or some kind of once we grant the access, we can revoke access or
Okay, correct. And
back.
remediation?
Remediation means replica. Copy of. I mean, it's kind of copy. What is all?
Anybody?
Remediation is basically once you're done with the revocation, you make a decision of how those revocations going to be handled.
So basically, we are going to reversing or stopping the access used by end users. We are remedying something basically. So in some environment they will call it as revocation, some environment they will call it as remediation, but it's up to them. But from Sailpoint terminology, it should be called as revocation. Okay, now the final one will be end phase. So we have, each and every certification has to go through 5 phases, and whether the phase needs to be enabled or not, this decision will be taken care by governance team. So staging phase is nothing. Once the certification has been executed, it will come to staging phase. Okay, so in the staging phase is an optional phase. As I said, if governance team is going to enable this, then it's fine, or else it won't come to this phase, optional phase. So what will happen in this phase? Basically, it's kind of a pre-validation. We have executed the certification. We have to validate, right? Let's say you have selected 5 applications and all 5 application owners are different. So in that scenario, 5 work item needs to be generated. Instead of 5 work item, some less work item has been generated. So we cannot execute the certification right now. We cannot activate the certification. The certification should not go to live because some technical issue happen in the backend. We might see 4 or 3 work item is there, 2 more work item needs to be generated. So we have to validate everything once it goes to live. So in that scenario, we can do the validation briefly in the staging phase, basically. So once everything looks fine, we can go ahead and we can activate the certification. Once the certification has been activated, it will come to the active phase. So in this active phase, what will happen? Certifier will take the decision, basically. You got it? So certifier will take the decision means either they are going to approve or deny. Does that make sense, guys? Either they are going to approve or deny. So after that, now we have a challenge phase. If it is, again, it's an optional phase. If governance team is going to enable, then certification definitely will come to this phase. Here, end user can challenge their certifier. Basically, let's say here in this active phase, certifier has taken a decision to remove AD application access. Now, end user will be notified. The user will be notified saying your certifier, which means your manager or whoever it may be, take a decision to remove your AD application access. If you want to challenge the certifier, take the necessary action within 15 days, 7 days, whatever it may be. In the email, everything will be clearly mentioned. Okay. So again, he can challenge their certifier. No, they can provide valid justification saying I need this access in order to perform the day-to-day activities, something like that. They can provide the justification so that they can save their access. You got it? So most of the time the challenge phase will not be enabled in real-time environment. Okay. So in the revocation phase, all the access removal will happen, basically. Here I have a question.
And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.